Welcome to my kitchen. My name is Beverly, and today I'm joined with my brother Steve and my sister Barbara. And on today's episode of Cooking with Love, we're going to be showing you 3 different types of cookies. I'm going to be making a Danish puff, which is something that my mother-in-law did many times over the years.
And I'm going to be making a Sicilian Cuccidati cookie. These are a jam-filled cookie. Normally these are made at Christmas time and are filled with a mixture of fig and nuts. However, our family has a variation of it that uses grape and pineapple jam. And you can make it any time of year. It's a great cookie, very simple to put together.
And I'm going to be doing another easy recipe, a cookie made with lemon and olive oil. And it's great because all you need is a spoon and a bowl to make, and it's great to do with grandkids too.
All right, ready to get started?
Yes. To make our Danish pastry, we need the following ingredients. The first step is the bottom pastry, which is flour, butter, and water. The second step is the top pastry, which is flour, egg, butter, water, and almond extract. And the final step is the glaze on top, which is chocolate chips, chopped walnuts, and some milk. To begin making our Danish puff, we're going to put some flour in a bowl, and we're going to add the butter. And what we want to do is we want to squeeze the butter into the flour till you get little pea-sized butter cubes. I've cut the butter in. Now I'm going to add the water and mix it till I form a dough. I formed a ball. It will be on the sticky side. What you want to do is cut this in half, approximately. And we want to form this and spread it out in 2 equal sections on our pastry sheet. Now, so what you got to do is just keep going like this till you get it all. That's about good. That's about right. Now we're going to make the second part. You're going to take some butter and some water, melt the butter and bring it to a rolling boil. We're at a rolling boil now, so I want to turn off the heat. And now I'm going to add my almond extract and my flour. This is basically a pot of choux dough. So we're going to stir this till we form a ball. I formed a ball now, so I'm going to let this cool for a minute or 2, and then I'm going to start adding my eggs one at a time until they're incorporated. I'm going to start adding my eggs. I like to do one at a time and stir it in until it's incorporated. We're going to divide this dough in half and spread it out on top of the first dough. The bottom dough is actually like a shortbread dough. The top dough is more like a pot of choux dough. It looks good. I'm going to put it into an oven, 350, for approximately an hour or so until the top is nice and golden brown. It's time to take my Danish puff out. It's lightly browned on the top, so we're going to let this cool before we make the glaze. I've just melted some chocolate chip in the microwave, and now I want to thin it out with some milk to make somewhat of a glaze. Okay? Okay, my glaze looks about right. You can make this as thin or as thick as you like. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some over the top of each and spread it out. The last step is to sprinkle with some nuts. I like to use walnuts and sprinkle over the top.
The ingredients we need to make the cuccidati, the filled Sicilian cookies: all-purpose flour, some water, baking powder, some sugar, an egg, a little bit of salt, some cold butter, some grape jam, and some pineapple jam. All right, let's put this together. I'm going to be using the food processor to make putting the dough together easier. First thing we're going to do is add the flour, the sugar, the salt, and baking powder. And we're just going to pulse this a few times to blend it together. Next, we're going to be adding the butter. And again, pulse it until the butter is cut in. Now, we're going to add in our water and the egg. And I'm going to reserve just a little bit of water because you never know about the strength of your flour. Sometimes you need a little bit less, sometimes a little bit more. And we're going to pulse this until it becomes a ball. All right. And you can see it has come together. It's a very soft dough. Now I'm going to take this dough, wrap it in plastic, and set it aside to rest for about a half hour. All right, now I'm going to make our filling for our cookies. So I'm going to be combining the grape and the pineapple jams. We just want to make sure they're combined well. All right, that's good. Now I have the dough chilling in the refrigerator for about a half hour. I'm going to put a little flour on our board. All right, I'm going to make it into a rough rectangle. And I'm going to divide this into 3 equal pieces. Flour it again. It's a very soft dough. And I'm going to be rolling out this piece into a rectangle that's approximately 12 by 6. All right, now we're going to put about 1/3 of our jam mix. And I'm going to take some water, and just with my finger I'm going to place some water at the edge of the dough, and this is going to help to seal it. Now I fold this end over first, and I'm going to press down and seal the dough. If you don't seal it well, they do leak. And then I'm going to fold this end over and seal it again by pinching. Okay, that's done. I'm going to now place it on the parchment paper, seam side down, and I'm going to go ahead and roll out the other two. All right, I finished rolling these out and filling them. I'm just going to put a few holes in the top, and this lets a little bit of steam out. Then these go into the oven at 375. They take about 25 minutes or so to cook.
The ingredients for our cookies are olive oil, a little bit of sea salt, baking powder, baking soda, vanilla extract. I add a little bit of lemon extract, eggs, flour, some fresh lemon rind, fresh lemon juice, and sugar. And once the cookies are made, we roll them in a little extra sugar and confectionery sugar, and it gives them a nice crinkle top. So let's get started. Okay, we're ready to mix our cookies. I'm going to take the flour I measured, and everything will be in the link below with the recipe, and put in the salt, baking powder, and baking soda all together. And I'm just going to whisk this a little bit in. And in the next bowl, I'm going to put the eggs. I beat them a little already. The olive oil, my lemon juice, my extracts, and what I'm going to do is just whisk this a little bit first. And I'm going to add my sugar, mix this, and the rind. Just make sure it's all out. Okay. And now all we have to do is add our dry ingredients to the wet ingredients, and our cookies are already mixed. Now that our dough is mixed, we're just going to cover it with some plastic wrap, and I'm going to place it in the refrigerator between a half hour and an hour. We're ready to roll our cookies, and I just washed my hands. I'm going to just use a little bit of confectionery sugar, powdered sugar, just to get my hands so that they're not sticky with the dough. And just, you can either use a tablespoon or you can use a little with your hands. I'm going to roll it in a ball. The first thing is to roll it in the granulated sugar, and then we're going to roll it in the confectionery sugar. And that's all there is to it. I'm going to continue rolling these. They're going to go in a 350-degree oven. After the first 5 to 6 minutes, we turn the tray around in another few minutes.
Our cookies are finished, and now it's time for the taste test, our favorite part. Barb, which one do you want to try?
Danish Puff.
Danish Puff? I'm going to try one of the lemon olive oil cookies. And Bev?
Oh, this was my favorite, so I will take this one.
Okay.
Looks good.
Perfect, Steve. Good
Very
job.
lemony, Barb. Really good.
Good.
Just like I remember. Dough is nice and soft. The filling is good.
We need,
Excellent.
need a nice cappuccino to go with these.
We'll put some on.
Great cookies to make for any occasion. We like to make these around Easter time, but feel free to make them any time of the year. Till we see you on the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.